Right, so tonight's lesson is going to be entitled Afflicting Thy Soul. Okay? And this is in accordance with the Day of Atonement. Now, the Lord is putting a spirit out there where there's a lot of people starting to wake up. A lot of people are starting to come into the fold. They're starting to receive the word of the Lord from the head apostles on down, the prophets, the men of the Lord, the servants. They're starting to see these things as they are now. Okay? And Lord willing, you people hold fast to this word, man. Okay? This is the only thing that's going to get you through. So all that being said, the Day of Atonement, it's a time where you afflict your soul in the sense of fasting, where you don't eat for a 24-hour period. Which, if you're going through this thing for the first time, you're gonna be walking around and just giving that look like, oh shit, I haven't had water in 18 hours, and because when you come into this fold from out of the world, you want everybody to know that you've turned your life, or you've changed your life, or you've now turned over and to the Lord. You've put off that old man or that old woman, if you will, and you've come to the Lord. You want everybody to know that. But there are certain things when you enter into the truth that people don't have to know, man. People don't have to know everything you do. You don't have to, publicize that I'm following Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai now. You don't have to worry about all that. Don't get too all wrapped up and trying to go to the rooftops and tell everybody that you identify yourself as a Hebrew Israelite now. Okay? Because 9 times out of 10, these people are gonna think you're crazy anyway. Alright? So be that as it may, man, these solemn events that we do, that's between you and Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. You ain't got to tell your girl and tell your moms and tell everybody that you're fasting because you're now holding the Day of Atonement. You don't have to do all that. Okay? So let's get a couple scriptures and work our way through. Okay, this is Leviticus chapter 23. I'm going to go right to 27. It says, also on the 10th day of the 7th month, there shall be a day of atonement. It shall be a holy convocation unto you, and ye shall afflict your souls, and offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord. You see, you should afflict your souls. Okay, and afflicting your soul is by means of fasting, not eating. Okay, and like I'm thinking, a lot of you individuals who are coming into this fold now, this very well may be your first time fasting. So it's going to be an experience for you, man. It's going to be a dismal experience. 9 times out of 10, the majority of the people don't go 24 hours without eating. But as you get seasoned in this thing, fasting is something that is necessary to reconcile yourself back to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Fasting and prayers, man, and giving alms. These are the things that pleases the Lord, especially when you know you haven't been right, man. And fasting is not just for this life that we're living now, but also for the past lives, for the transgressions that we did in our past lives. Okay, so this is a very broad in the sense of our past lives, not just this point, but this is very wide because we've come back several times now. Okay, so even more so now that you know that you're a Hebrew Israelite and you're coming into this fold, that you gotta ask for that forgiveness, man, for everything you've ever done, that the Lord may find and have mercy upon you. Okay, but going down this path of fasting, there's certain criteria that the Lord put forward that you gotta follow, man. Okay, and we're gonna get that. We're gonna first start off with the book of Matthew, chapter 6, and we'll start at verse. We'll start right at verse 16. Okay, it says, moreover, when ye fast, be not as the hypocrites of a sad countenance. Okay, don't walk around and have your face all smug and eyes half shut, and looking for somebody to say what's wrong. Okay? Because that's what's gonna happen, man. People gonna look at you if you're wearing that low countenance. They're gonna be like, what's wrong with you? And you're gonna be quick to be like, oh yeah, I'm fasting. I ain't had water in 18 hours. Gulping and swallowing and shit. There's no need for all that. You know? Hold the Day of Atonement, you know, with a solemn mind, man. Hold it with a solemn mind. And don't worry about, you know, trying to relay to others that you're going through this process. It's none of their damn business. This is between you and Yahweh and Yahweh. Okay? Continuing on. And it says, for they disfigure their faces, that they may appear unto men to fast. Okay? They disfigure their faces, like I said. You know, you're going to walk around, especially, you know, you may have a girl in the world or whatever, and she might see, babe, what's wrong? Oh, you know, that's that, yeah, I'm letting everybody know that I'm following the Lord now. Okay? These people don't have to know what you're doing, man. You know, once again, when you make supplication to the Lord, that's between you and the Lord. When you enter into your room, or you go into your little private spot, and you call upon the name of Yahweh and you ask for mercy and forgiveness, you know, you don't, you know, immediately turn around and say, yo, I was up there asking the Lord for forgiveness. You know, likewise when you fasting, man, people don't have to know what you're doing. Keep it between you and the Lord, man. That's the basics. That's the basic skinny of it. You know. All right, continuing on. It says, verily I say unto you, they have their reward. Okay? So the Lord knows their number. The Lord knows what's going on with these cats. All these people that like to pray out in the street, you know. Everybody likes to boast and brag about, you know, the Lord and all his goodness. But they forget to tell you about the terribleness of the Lord. Okay? And this is the time we're in. We're coming into a time of very terribleness. And the Lord is about to wreak havoc and stretch his arm out with vengeance, man. To the heathens, to all the Edomites, the heathens, and the Israel, man. So you better take this thing very serious, man. Take it very serious. You know, and a quick story, going back. Matter of fact, let me just finish this off. I'll get into that little story because it all ties in together. And this says, verse 17. It says, but thou, when thou fast, anoint thy head and wash thy face, that thou appear not unto men to fast, but unto the Father which is in secret, and the Father which is in secret shall reward thee openly. You see? So don't go around appearing and trying to get people to ask you what's wrong, because it's very easy to do. Sitting there, you know, holding your stomach and walking all slow and, you know, you don't need to do all that. That's all extra shit. You know, let those who are faking the funk and the non-belief, let them be all extra, man. But you wash your face, anoint your head, okay, and be of a cheerful mind, man. In the sense that, you know, your outward appearance. Don't let them people see you going through it, man. Hold fast. All right. So the story that I want to make mention of, because this is the Passover that we had in New York. I believe it was probably 2012, where a lot of brothers came from all over the place, man. And, you know, during the time of the Passover, the Lord set up certain ordinances that we gotta adhere to. And one of those things is the bitter herb. Okay? Now, let me go to Exodus chapter 1 first. Exodus chapter 1, and I'm going to start at 13. It says, and the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with vigor, okay? And they made their lives bitter with hard bondage in mortar and in brick and in all manner of service in the field, in all service wherein they made them serve with rigor, okay? So, when we were in Egypt, it was a very bitter time, man. It was a very bitter time for Israel. So much so, the Lord had to come and get us out of there. Okay? That's how bitter that shit was. So, catching up to the Passover, now let me jump to Exodus 12 in verse 8. And it says, and they shall eat the flesh in the night. They shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Okay, so why are we eating bitter herb on the Passover? That bitterness is going to represent, them bitter herbs are going to represent the bitterness that we went through during the time of Egypt when we served hard bondage with rigor. Okay, so the point of the story is, at that Passover, you had men walking around with pieces of bitter herb. You know how you eat popcorn, you kind of shake it around, you pop it in your mouth. There were certain men walking around with pieces of bitter herb, popping it in their mouth, talking about, yo, this ain't nothing, this ain't nothing. You know, I don't even feel it. You know, that wasn't the purpose, man. The Lord didn't set the bitter herb up so you can walk around and show your manhood. Okay? The Lord put that bitter herb in there so we can remember how damn hard and how tough it was the Egyptians had on us, the yoke they put on us, man. That's why the Lord set the bitter herb up. Not to come into this time and walk around. You pretty much, you know, taken away from the whole purpose of what the Lord is trying to set forth during the time of the Passover with the bitter herb, man. Now, needless to say, those very men who I'm speaking of are gone. Nowhere to be found. You see? Now, I'm not saying because they was handling the bitter herb like that, like it was nothing, but the point is they ain't nowhere to be found. So take this thing serious, man, because the Lord can spew you out of his mouth at any given time if you ain't right, man. So take this thing serious, along with the Day of Atonement. Okay? We're atoning for our sins and transgressions. How heavy were those sins? When you read about the history of Israel and how we were going off to such a degree, the Lord said he had to go and return to his place and turn his back on us, man. We was going off so bad. You think he forgot all that? That's why when you come into this thing, you got to purge yourself from that old life that you used to live, man. And the Lord has given us an opportunity to do so by putting forth the Day of Atonement, man. This is how serious it is. The Lord has given us he's given us an opportunity, man, to make it to get right, man, to make it right, to ask for that to make supplication unto the Lord. Okay? And like I said, a lot of you brothers, you know, a lot of the men have been around for long, you understand these things. But there are a lot of new, you know, brothers and sisters coming in who may not know and understand this. This is why the Lord has to set up teachers, the head apostles and the men under them. Okay? The Lord has set us up so we can teach you the right way, give you the right information, put you on the right path, guide you down the right track, man. This is why certain things like this needs to be done. Okay? So, continuing on, I'm going to go to the book of Lamentation. And there's a point in here I want to get, because when you afflict your soul, you pretty much put yourself in a very mental, you mentally draw yourself. You come low, you know? And I say that because when you read the scriptures and you read about the history, when people were hungry, when people had no food, they resorted to eating their own children, drinking their blood, you know, eating abominations, eating bird shit, dead carcasses. This is what one's mindset will do when they're hungry. Now, I'm not saying brothers and sisters are going to do that now, but it's just to put it into perspective by afflicting your soul. Being hungry is a very terrible thing, man. It's a terrible thing. And this is why the Lord set the atonement up. This is why he said, afflict thy soul. Because the Lord knows when a man is hungry, you'll think irrational. You'll do irrational things. Okay? shit, you may even, it'll drive you to the point where you even forget the commandments of the Lord because you're so hungry. Hence the reason why the children of Israel was doing certain things that they shouldn't have been doing during the time of famine, man. All right, so let me read this real quick. We're going to close it out. This is Lamentation chapter 4 and verse 9. It says, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. You see? Why is that written? Because being hungry is a terrible, terrible thing, man. It's a terrible thing to suffer. It's a slow death at the end of the day, man. If you can't put food and water into your system, okay, you'll start hallucinating. You'll have certain type of, dreams that you're about to tear down some, turkey or what have you, some lamb, only to wake up to an empty table, man. So take the Day of Atonement real serious, man. Okay? Because the Lord can do it to you in a snap of a finger, man. He can make you go hungry in a snap of a finger, especially during the time of Jacob's trouble that we're coming upon. We're right upon that time. All right? So take it real serious, man. And once again, we speak these things to edify the church, man. And all you brothers who are, young brothers who are coming into the fold, I'll reiterate, if there's something you don't know, just ask, man. Ask. Trust me, ask. All right? So Lord willing, y'all was edified, and I'll see y'all on another show. I say shalom.